Hello, everybody. It's CJ Miller. I'm in my apartment in downtown Shreveport, Louisiana, across the Red River from Bossier City. Oh, I always want to invite you to come check us out. So now I'm doing a food video. Uh, Basically, they call this format mukbang, right? So anyway, this is a catfish fillet, uh, extra crispy, uh, and mac and cheese. Now, this mac and cheese, I'm going to give it to you straight, started out as a box kit. What I did with it was I cooked the pasta, got it just to an al dente, and then I added, I drained it. I do not rinse pasta, but I drain it very well. And then to that, I added smoked Gouda, I added Havarti, I added some blue cheese, I added various, there's some parsley in here and a little bit of just anything that can like add a little green freshening, you know. Uh, and of course, uh, I guess just right approximately, two pieces it's probably equal to about a stick of unsalted butter. And then I used, of course, the powdered cheese product that came with it also. Just put, so, but I did not use milk because I had the butter, which is a nice sweet cream butter, and plenty of it. And so it really does really, really well. Um, and then, of course, the fish. The fish is, you know, thawed out, and then I let it sit with various green Italian herbs with a little bit of garlic to boot. And then I put over self rising flour. After it had marinated and gotten the flavor and everything, I drained it well, and then I put the flour into the pot and just tossed them around. And you let your grease get really warm, hot, really. That's the secret. And shallow. So it's like the grease only came up to about half of the filet. I let it cooked, watched it, let it go for a few minutes on each side, flip it. And yeah, and I used the corn oil. Um, and But yeah, it's got to be really hot. Not so hot that it burns, but you want to flip it frequently. I give it about two flips. Uh, like cook it twice on each side. Like let it cook it, let it get brown, flip it, let it get brown, flip it, let it get a little bit browner, then flip it back and finish it off. So yeah, what's that? Three flips, but anyway, what we're gonna do? See how crispy it gets. And one of the things you can do when your flour starts to clump and the marinade, you can take some of the clumps and kind of put them like it does really well when you're doing a pan fry, a paneed, as they would call it in French cooking, because you actually can take some of your clumps and put it on the top of your fish, and it will cling, and then it will give you this nice crust. And we're going to taste this first. I don't know, it's going to be delicious. I've had this several times. I've made several videos very similar, but look how clean and delicious and crispy. Well formed crust on this. Mm. And I know what very delicious. And I know what some of my regular followers might be like. Oh, but keto. Well, it's the 4th of July weekend. Technically, it's the 4th of July, like right now, and it's not a weekend. It's a Thursday, but anyway, it's the 4th of July. So look how this really gets cheesy on this. And you can do various, you can look up any macaroni and cheese recipe, but I kind of love this. It's bits of cheese, and it's not really saucy. If you want it saucy, you can add the milk will make the sauce. But I'm telling you, this, the way I've done it, the freshness of the parsley, the rich butters, and oh, so did I tell you there's blue cheese crumble in here, Havarti, smoked Gouda, and then the powder mix. And, you know, so look at all these various different textures, and all this is, oh my God, delicious. All of the favorite flavors that I love in one dish, right beside one of my favorite things to do. Now, so, and this is huge. You don't need a large portion or serving for something like this. This is great. This is I did 4 of these, 5 of them actually, and they will keep very well in the fridge for a day or so. Don't forget to put a little bit of black pepper in your herbs. That's a unique something. You get that little slight bit of black pepper in your crust. Really, really balances with the. There's a natural salt flavor in the cheese packet that's very subtle here. You don't really get it. I mean, I have the palate that I could probably taste for the FBI, but just the wonderful. Oh my God, this is delicious. Now, this technically is the first thing I've eaten today. I earlier today when I got a little snackish, I had a little packet of loose, assorted nuts with a little piece of chocolate bits in it. So like a little healthy trail mix kind of thing. That only had 9 calories in it. Now this is not going to ruin my life, but I can already look at this and know the breading and know that this is all carbs right here. So this is a lot more than one serving of mac and cheese. It's probably about 3 servings of mac and cheese just on one. Uh, I don't know. It's like this is only one box, but I guess it's probably about a fourth of a box. So it's probably 2 servings. I don't know. It looks like a lot, to be honest with you. This box made a lot of mac and cheese, and it was just a standard box. But I'll tell you this, it's a lot more than the 50 carbs that I'm supposed to have in a day. But this July 4th is not a day for keto. I will make it up later. I love you guys. Thank you for watching the video. I want to hear what you guys are doing on your holidays. I will be going to Hurricane Alley, the venue where we watch some live bands just over the Red River in Bossier City. It's really great. I'm also going to be focusing more videos in the upcoming, months on development in the downtown area, which ultimately is what this channel is about. I wanted to explore wonderful, lovely things about my town and the surrounding areas, and I wanted to share that with people. And of course, in the next few months, it's going to be interesting to see how well the development is going to be going. There is, I don't think I'm going to go to it this time, but there is a festival if you're interested. And I love stuff. It's just that it's I don't know. It's called a Humor and Harmony Festival, and it's being put on by G Unit Studios. That's a Curtis Jackson, the 50 Cent studio. He's our newest resident and our newest mogul, and we're all appreciative for the attention that he's brought with his "All Roads Lead to Shreveport" campaign, and for someone to come here and just really um, take a look at the potential of what we have and to invest in it. Um, for one thing, there were the studios that were left here from the big movie. Uh, uh, what would you call it? Um, we had a surge of movie productions going on, uh, 2005 to for several years there, and left behind were a few um, buildings that had been used in those movies, particularly The Guardian uh, with Kevin Costner, and then of course he made another movie here, uh, Mr. Brooks, and so those movies were. They were made, and Battlefield Los Angeles, uh, or if that's the name of it, that was made here, and so you'll see downtown Shreveport all the way through there, but through CGI, made to look more like Los Angeles, obliterated, you know. But just to see the potential that we have in this area, uh, uh, Mr. Jackson has come and invested in the area, and yeah, it's great. And then what else? So the humor and harmony, or harmony and humor festival, or whatever, that's going to be going on at our fairgrounds uh, in the stadium there. So that's great. Um, that would be neat if that becomes like a regular, an annual thing. I would love to see that, and subsequently I would go. But just as of this particular time, uh, I've got. I would love to go to everything. There's so much stuff here that I can't go to everything. I just can't. But we have the 4th of July. I did decide to go ahead and buy furniture for this guest room that my plant is in. I keep plants in a spare room on a desk, but I want to convert that. I really want to make it suitable for overnight guests. And then, so I'm working on that. And then, of course, I have things to do around the apartment. I'm still trying to, I'm a, it's not that I'm not motivated to just get in there and get everything done. I'm just one of these people that I actually have to save up for larger purchases. So if my goal in the decor and everything is going a little bit slower than anticipated, just know that I'm still on track there. So yeah, I'm just prioritizing my purchases. What else? Yeah, this is cool. Um, just know that in the next few months, I'm going to be really looking at uh, how downtown Shreveport in particular is developing, because there's going to be a change in the aesthetics uh, in some of the areas downtown. Because the whole idea is, and really, it always has been, and then we were on that trail to do that. And then we got derailed during COVID, and then of course catching up with the economy and everything. But yeah, I think that it's going to be like, wow, there are things happening here that have happened in some other cities with the brightness and the modernization. Um, I think that we're going to see uh, a unique modern look to the downtown Shreveport. But what's going to happen is we have some buildings that are actually archived because of their architecture. It's an old city, Shreveport, and and some of the buildings are very old and inspired by even older uh, blends of architecture. So I think we're going to see that modernization, but I think we're going to see that modernization sitting right next to um, legacy architecture. I think it's going to be so wonderful and unique to see how those styles marry with each other, you know. And so I think we're going to be, uh, you know, a city of tomorrow that has brought the best of some of the past with us, you know. Uh, so that's wonderful in our architectural story. You know, architecture tells the story of humanity as much as cuisine, as much as any art form. By the way, so and that's why I believe that uh, various styles in architecture are relevant and should be preserved. Um, but they need to be preserved and kept up rather than left to neglect, of course, because then but then you lose it, you know. And wonderful European countries agree, and that's why we have the Colosseum in Rome, you know, and uh, yeah, that yeah. Anyway, let me stop. Let me get off my thing. Let me get back to this fish. One more bite. Well, actually, for me, I'm going to eat the whole thing, but one more bite here. Mm, wonderful. Retains the warmth. A good crust like this will keep your fish warm while you can take your time and enjoy it. Okay, I love you guys. I truly do. I want to hear about your holidays. I want to hear what's going on with you. Um, I've got some unique things coming up for myself for some projects, and pretty soon. And I'm probably gonna really wait to release it until I get ready to do like a whole like uh, new I want to say, like, if I'm doing this channel and series, the first one was about me, you know, looking into this apartment and watching the property and just everything, just waiting to get moved in. And then the second part of it has been about me just trying to uh, find out the decor and the feng shui and everything. And I'm still doing all that, but there's going to be the next season of my YouTube channel when we get ready to start that is going to be more focused uh, on some projects. You know, that's really going to be like, first off, people who hear me talk about it, they'll be like, "Well, it's about time," and then you know, so we'll see. Um, I don't want to do too much spoiling on that, but we're gonna really keep this focused on, for the most part, the growth and the modernization, uh, living in tandem with the classic structure of downtown Shreveport. Love you guys. Peace, love and light. Bon appetit. Good night.